SoFloRadio.com and SoFloTelevision.com.
Z Nation. Z Nation. Where consciousness is queen, love really is the answer. Z Nation on SoFloRadio.com.
Hello. Welcome. Welcome to Z Nation. Welcome to your life. Today on planet Earth, we come together for an hour of connection, an hour of discovery. This is Zayna the Gaia, and we are broadcasting live from Hollywood, Florida on SoFloRadio.com. And this is the Z Nation show, where we are interested in what's going on in the world. Specifically, we're interested in what's good, what's light, what's conscious, and who's doing them things, and how are they doing them things. We want to know who's up to amazing things on the planet, who are the warriors, the outside the box thinkers, the wayseers, the rebels. Who are the people who are taking the actions necessary so we can move through this paradigm shift, this new consciousness with grace and ease and beauty and music and art and fulfillment and love. So today we have Mr. Eugene Fritz. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, Eugene Fritz is a certified Kundalini yoga teacher, also a light healer for all. Sunset gave you that title.
Yes, you did.
But it's, and you want to get that's how it is.
Right.
That's how because we didn't know much about you. So she was asking me, what do you know about Eugene? I said, look it up and see, and that's what she came up with. You're a light healer for all. That's a pretty cool title.
That is very nice. And
then you're also a life coach, a servant
right.
for all. Really is what I got. You're serving. We're going to talk more about this, but you have several things going on that's serving people in the world that really need it.
Right. Yeah.
So thank you for being on the show.
Welcome. Glad to be here.
I am sensitive, uplifting, powerful, enlightened, respectful man. That's what it says on your shirt.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that too. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Delighted to be here.
Yes. So, Sunset, we had talked about coaching. Was there anything you wanted to do coaching on? I was talking to Sunset before the show, and I said, I provide life coaching and also business coaching to individuals, and I said, we should do something on the show and really provide the listeners what I provide and the coaching, because when you coach one person, a lot of people are dealing with the same thing because we all have same human issues, but so we can put that out there, as an opportunity.
Coaching. I know I have so many things that I could probably work on. I think we all do. I guess I'm in a part of my life where it's all about coming of age stuff and just being responsible. So I guess something like that. I notice little things that little things that I do that are not big, but they can get in the way and they can grow bigger. And I've seen them little things maybe forgetting that, and just instead of listening and just being what, not that I'm wrong, but what, I messed up. Sometimes I like to talk and try to justify.
Do you have an example of something that you do like that?
Okay, for instance, I'm new to doing producing, and something occurred yesterday, and I was I didn't like leave like music going, like even though like some stuff occurred and like we didn't do the show, like I didn't like at least have the music going. And it's like I remember George was like, listen, like you're the producer, like you have to have something there, like you can't have dead air. And so I caught myself wanting to like be like, oh, but I'm sorry, you know, like trying to like
Yes.
do that. And it's just like, and it was just something I was aware of, and I was like, ooh, like I
that's
do that a
great.
lot. Like,
And are you at the source of what that is? Because that's really where you can take responsibility for it, you know? Like, for example, what I mean by be at the source of it. When somebody calls me on something, like I'm really good at, you know, managing businesses. And when I F up or drop the ball, when somebody says, hey, you messed up, I get defensive. And what I'm defending underneath it all is that I don't think I'm good enough. And that's me being at the source of that. And then I can go to that person and I could be responsible for that. And I could say, you know, when you said that, what happened is like I got triggered and I was trying to defend myself. You know, and you can share with that person. That's like the next level of being vulnerable, is really sharing like that inauthenticity. Like for me, it's completely inauthentic to say, you know, I'm not good enough. Because I know that I am. I'm an extraordinary human being. I'm a really big person. But there's a part of me from something from my childhood, from the past, that still has this reoccurring conversation go on that I'm not good enough. And then I try to cover it up, that I'm not good enough, by getting defensive around things that people will criticize me for. When, you know, when I get that I am good enough, that criticism actually occurs as an opportunity.
exactly.
That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. So do you see how you can take responsibility with anybody, like with George, who said something to you about the producing? You can take responsibility with him by having a simple conversation. Will you do that?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because, you know, like I like that what I'm doing, and like I appreciate it. And I feel like lately I kind of just been in my head, and I've been like that recklessness. And so I caught myself yesterday wanting to like justify. And then it's like you said, like taking a moment and like seeing where that's coming from, and like, you know, just, you know, learn to like, you know, be quiet and really like take it in, you know.
Yeah.
So,
And, you know, it's not so much be quiet. It's learning how to listen.
yeah.
And when we listen, we are quiet, but not that we're quiet, we're not talking. The mind is quiet, because listening doesn't happen in here. It happens out here. So in order for me to listen, I've got to actually come out of my mind and be out here. There's a space between us. This space creates us. See, when you listen to me, Eugene, when you listen to me, you are creating what I say as a possibility that it's actually happening. It's the same thing as when we say, like, when a tree falls in the forest, does anybody hear it?
Right.
When I declare something into this universe with the power that I have, which is my voice and my language, when I declare something, if I declare it to myself, great. It doesn't exist till you hear it, till you hear me. And then the space between us, that's there, what I said. Otherwise, I'm just by myself. And it really is like we can't exist without one another. We can't create without one another. We need each other to play with. Well, thank you, Sunset. We'll do that again. That was fun.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of like, oh my God, what am I going to talk about? And I'm like, being reckless. Yeah.
There's always something. We all, you know, and that's the beauty of growing and being a conscious person. And I say conscious, meaning conscious of yourself, because yesterday in yoga class, I had them like lift their shoulders up to the ears and then drop them and just keep saying, I don't know. I just don't know, you know, and I'm okay with not knowing. And the more I don't know, the more there is room for me to learn and discover those things that are in this moment happening. Because what I know is always based on the past. And the past is gone. It has nothing to do with now and the future. Now and the future is now. There is no future. So we're always in the now, in the now, in the now. And what I knew about you, Sunset, 5 minutes ago may not be real now. And if I can stay out here in the now and outside of my head, because there's nothing wrong with my head, but my brain is a prediction tool. It actually does a really great job at having us survive. And it's very smart, and it takes care of us because it looks at what happens in the past and then it tries to prevent it from happening again in the future. But then it puts things in our space where we start to live our life like it's going to be a repetition of the past. And it actually doesn't have to be that way. It is the way we say it is. So I get to predict my future by what I choose to think, say, and do, not based on what happened in the past. And of course, our reptilian brain is there to help us. Like if you put your hand on a hot stove, it goes, ouch. And then you're like, oh, I won't do that again. But then we use that in life, like, somebody does something to us and we'll never do that again. And we put some wall or a defense mechanism around our hearts and we start to predict the future. But then we become like prisoners of our own predictions of the future.
Based on your past programming.
Exactly.
Right, exactly, yep.
And there are it's easy to talk about this stuff. You read a lot of books about this stuff, but to really catch that stuff in the moment, to really actually transform ourselves, to actually not live based on the past, because these are brain patterns. Mm-hmm. They're set. They're like, we have like so many of them, and they're being formed in every moment. It's actually, that's what karma is. Those are the samskaras, the memories and the brain patterns is what binds us back into the past and prevents us really to be in the moment. So, there are tools we can learn, like meditation, yoga. There are courses. I was in a course this weekend, the Landmark Forum. I was actually assisting there as an assistant for the production of it. And it's quite an experience to see 150 people in 3 days become unrecognizable.
Right.
When somebody hasn't talked to like their mother, their father, even their brother and their sister in like 10 years, and they make that phone call and they come back into the room and they're a completely different person. They're freed up around so much, and all of a sudden they start to cause results in their lives. And it was extraordinary. And one of the things I discovered a lot this weekend for myself, but one of the things that I've been really present to is my independence and how much that's gotten in the way for me of really receiving what the universe has to offer. One of the things that they go over in the Landmark Forum, they call them the strong suits. So you have 3 strong suits, and they make up your identity. And they're formed from the age of like 3 to about 18, 19. And they're these moments where, and they don't have to be traumatic. It could just be like, for me, one of them was I went up to 2 young girls. I was maybe 5 or 6, and I asked them if I can play with them, and they told me they wouldn't play with me because I didn't speak French. I hadn't learned French yet, and I grew up in Montreal, Canada. So in that moment, I decided I had to please people and be really nice. So I became very nice. I'm a very nice person. I like that people like me. And it started to really impact me. It was very limiting for me, especially as a life coach, somebody who needs to be a stand for people. I can't be nicey all the time. And it really takes something for me not to be nice, because our strong suits, it's an automatic way of being. And we go into it automatically because we made up that way of being to make up for something that we were not enough of. Mm-hmm. Right. So because I wasn't smart enough, good enough to be with these girls, I made up that I had to be really nice. So what I discovered is every time I was being really nice with people, it wasn't authentic. I was being nice because I wanted you to like me, not because I just want to be nice.
And people can tell the difference between somebody who's genuinely being nice and just being nice to just be nice.
Yes. Yeah. So it really gave me the freedom to be nice, and there's nothing to do when you discover something like that for yourself. Like, you can't stop it. Like, we are like machinery. So my niceness is part of my identity, and by embracing it, I can use it instead of having it use me. Because when it uses me, it's unconscious. And it's just coming from a reaction of something that was a survival mechanism. Because your strong suits actually are what you can attribute to your success. So, for me, my strong suit, I discovered one of them is nice, likable, friendly in that world. And another one is independent. And I think a lot of women have that. And my independence, it has made me very successful. I get stuff done. I don't need anybody. I get things done. I'm a go-getter. And that's what I'm known as. But, that way of being sets like a ceiling where, it's a simple example is, walking out of my car with all of my grocery bags. An independent person will have bags up to the shoulders, elbows, wrists, and have one around my neck. And somebody will come and say, hey, can I help you? I'll be like, oh, look, I so got this.
Oh my God, that's so
I
me.
so got this. Thank you so much. Look, I'm balanced. If you were to take one from my right arm, I'd be unbalanced. And it shows up in relationships where, especially with women, this is such a big deal. Like, men want to serve us. It's in the DNA. Masculine DNA. It is. Men are the providers, and if they're not able to play that role of provider, then they don't feel good about themselves. And I had to really get that, and I had to just back off and learn how to allow people to contribute to me. And, and it's the same thing you were talking about, Sunset. It's like, and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm still abrasive, or I don't receive. And in that moment, I can catch it. I can be responsible for it. I can clean up with that person and restore love and restore the space that gets created when we're inauthentic like that, when I'm inauthentic like that. So it was really powerful to see that, and to observe my own really my failure to be with things because I was being too independent, and it's gotten in the way with me and just looking like with my father. Like my dad is somebody that I haven't allowed to contribute to me in the way that would make a difference for him. Do you get that? Like, it would make a difference for me, but I know it would make a difference for him too, to be able to provide to me as his daughter.
Right.
And all the different people in my life. So I'm in that inquiry and that discovery. We discovered a new song today. We got some good music today. We discovered a new Alicia Keys song today that I want to share with you all. I am in love with this song. It's called Pray.
We gotta pray. We gotta pray.
We got to pray.
We gotta pray.
Let's do this. You guys are going to love the lyrics. We got to pray. We got to pray. Pray for the world tonight. Pray. We got to pray. I love the message of this song.
We gotta pray.
We got to pray.
We gotta pray.
That's my girl.
We gotta pray. Pray for the world tonight.
Come on, girl.
We gotta save somebody, save somebody tonight. Yeah. Fire in the air. What the hell going on? Sirens everywhere, singing that street song. Violence everywhere, barely holding on.
Do you know
going on? Do you know who you are?
Do you know who we are?
We're extraordinary people. Living an ordinary life. One extraordinary question.
So we gotta pray. Listen. Pray for the love tonight. Pray for the love.
Another day, pray for another try. Smoke is in the sky. What the hell going on? Bullets gonna fly. Right from the gun. Trying not to cry. Barely holding on. What the hell going on? Do you know who you are?
Do you know who we are? We're extraordinary people. You, me, living an ordinary life. One extraordinary question. Are we going to live or die? So we got to pray. We got to pray. Do you know that every time I complain, I'm praying for what I don't want?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love that song. I love what she says. We're extraordinary people living an ordinary life. And really, each one of us, we're just ordinary people. We are. We're all ordinary people. And it's really what we do, what we say that makes us extraordinary. You know, people who have courage to be a stand for love, to be a stand for life, to be a stand for what you believe in, that's extraordinary. Gandhi was an ordinary person who did extraordinary things. He was just a lawyer. So, we built a new website last night. Please go check it out. We have, we're adding more to the website. And what we've created is really a place where you can share, you know, your thoughts about whatever it is that goes on the show. We have amazing people that come on. We've archived all of the shows so you can watch them anytime. And you can also sign up for the podcast. We are looking for all kinds of partnerships and, really, there's so many ways you can contribute and be partners with Z Nation. One thing is you can listen to the show and you can share it. And if it's something that resonates with you, please, please do that. And let's let more and more people know about Z Nation and about the guests that we have on the show so we can share the light and share the difference that's being made in the world so that we are focusing on what is working and we are expanding the consciousness and the work that's being done on the planet. I know for me, when I surround myself with people who are up to amazing things, it really shifts my occurring of the world. I don't really like to use the word hope, but it gives me hope. It opens my mind to the possibilities of what this world can be, beyond what is predictable if we just look at the news and the media and what's being projected right now. There is a possibility of a world working because there's possibility for me to have peace in my heart. There's possibility for everybody to have peace in their hearts. And it's really one person at a time. And, war can end when we can agree to disagree. When we can agree to that you have your point of view and I have mine and we can respect each other. Let's take a breath. Another way you can contribute to Z Nation is watch our podcast, download our podcast, and please leave comments on the podcast. The more good comments we get, the higher Z Nation will be rated on the podcasts, and this gives us more visibility, gives access to more people to what we're up to here. Like the YouTube station, become a subscriber. As you're watching this, click the little thumbs up or whatever's underneath this video. Let us know you like it. Also, so helpful when you leave comments and let us know that you love the show. And we're also looking for a main sponsor. We're looking for our main partner who will carry us through 2016 and who we want to create a win-win situation with, where we can promote them and they can promote us and we can grow together. We are a startup. We've been going now since, March of 2015, and we are projecting really, really big growth in the next year. We're just so excited to be sharing this, and the feedback we've been getting from people has been extraordinary. So thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your, your encouragement. And we're here, and we're not going anywhere. And we're just we're just so excited for what there is to come, and for the people who are joining our team, our ever-growing team at Z Nation. So we're going to go into some of our sponsor messages, and we really want to take a moment to thank all of the people who have supported us, our guests, our sponsors, and we'll be back with some more with Eugene Fritz, healingfreedom.org, and consciousnessoncommand.com, certified Kundalini yoga teacher, right here on SoFloRadio.com.
Get hydrated, stretch, and take a deep breath. Z Nation will be right back.
Add a twist of yoga.
Yoga Twist with Julie.
A great way to integrate yoga, meditation, and lots of fun.
Promote family bonding. Help with flexibility and exercise. I teach grown-ups too.
Join Julie for beginner and gentle adult classes.
Book a group, family, or one-on-one session now. Email me, yogatwistjulie@gmail.com.
Follow Yoga Twist Julie on Instagram and like Yoga Twist on Facebook for great family lifestyle tips and Yoga Twist events. Add a twist of yoga.
Yoga Twist with Julie.
A great way to integrate yoga, meditation, and lots of fun.
Promote family bonding. Help with flexibility and exercise. I teach grown-ups too.
Join Julie for beginner and gentle adult classes.
Book a group, family, or one-on-one session now. Email me, yogatwistjulie@gmail.com.
Follow Yoga Twist Julie on Instagram and like Yoga Twist on Facebook for great family lifestyle tips and Yoga Twist events.
Join the Z Nation team as a marketing partner. We are always looking for conscious, sustainable businesses to support and share with our growing community. If your business is one that serves humanity and you want the world to know, we want to help you grow. Sponsorship opportunities are available for all budgets and flavors. For more info, call us at 954-604-1290 or visit ZNationRadio.com.
Tune in to Z Nation Radio for the latest and good news about good people doing freaking great things in the world.
Every week, Zayna the Gaia and Sunset Martinez chatted up with some very interesting folks about their businesses.
It's about love,
consciousness, and making a difference.
Every Thursday from 12 to 1 p.m. at
SoFloRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Clark, and I'm a yoga teacher and student at I Love Yoga Studio. It's been my privilege to practice, learn, and expand in this place of ever-evolving love and spiritual growth. When you visit, you'll most likely be greeted with a welcome home, and that's exactly how you will feel, at home and free to be. The studio offers yoga classes that meet you at your level of practice with affordable prices. So check out our schedule at www.iloveyogastudio.com. See you on the mat. Namaste.
Right, Dad, please, can I sleep over Amy and David's house, please, tonight?
I can't hear you.
Dad, FML, please, I'm trying
Sweetie, I can't hear you.
Whatever, I'm done.
Sound familiar? Are communication breakdowns creating a barrier between you and your teenagers? Join us for a free, fun, and interactive play date with your family. Create art, learn about communication tools, plus get surprise prizes and yummy treats. And the Teen Whisperer staff will also put on the original play, Can You Hear Me Now? Call 954-889-6894 to RSVP and bring your entire family to 2980 Griffin Road, Dania Beach, Florida on Sunday, October 18th from 12 to 3 p.m. We'll see you there.
Now, back to Z Nation, your weekly dose of inspiration on SoFloRadio.com.
All right.
dedicated to all the Supermen out there. What a mighty good man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Yo, I want to take a minute or two and give much respect to the men who make a difference in this world. Eugene Fritz, yo, he's got it going on. That's why I sat down and wrote him this song. He's a mighty, mighty good man. You may call him a Superman. He's sensitive and uplifting. He's powerful and enlightened. He's respectful, not resentful. He's a lover and a fighter, and he'll knock you out. Every time you need him, you know he's got your back. He's never disrespectful, 'cause his mama taught him that. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Yes, he is.
I know you were not expecting all that today when you came in.
No, I wasn't.
What'd you think? Did you like it?
That was the best intro I think I've ever gotten.
Oh, I love that song. And it was so appropriate because I know you do stuff for men, and you empower them to be sensitive, uplifting, powerful, enlightened, and respectful.
Yep.
Cool. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yes.
Glad to be here.
So let's start there. I'd love to hear about what is this T-shirt you have on? What is this about?
Well, I have a workshop coming up. It's called Superman Saves the Tatas, and it's a men's workshop.
And this is something you created?
Yep. So I wanted to do something, as you said, I'm a certified Kundalini yoga teacher.
Yes.
So I wanted to do something, for guys. So if I could raise their vibrations, on the planet to, help raise the vibration of all the guys on the planet. So I came up with the idea of having a workshop, and then I was driving my car. You ever see the little bumper stickers that say "Save the Tatas"?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, Superman saves the Tatas, and I'll do it. I'll do it in October because it's breast cancer awareness.
Yes.
So it's it's donation based.
Yes.
And then the money raised goes to Florida Breast Cancer Foundation.
Wow. And what do you do? What do you teach them?
We do Kundalini yoga. So we're going to do some kriyas for that. For the one that's coming up on October 24th, we're going to focus on the second chakra and the sixth chakra.
The
so
second chakra, so the sacral
right,
and the sixth.
And in your third eye, right?
Third eye, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Why?
Great question. So those two chakras are kind of related together.
So wait, the third eye and the sacral. Oh,
Right, the
yes.
second and the
Okay,
sixth,
why are they
right.
related?
Right. So the second chakra is the Shakti energy, and then the sixth chakra is the Shiva energy, and we're kind of blending them together, connecting them.
That.
Oh. The third eye is a Shiva energy?
Yeah.
Oh, and the sacral is a Shakti
Yeah.
energy. So you do kriyas to bring them together and like balance out those two.
We'll do kriya. Yeah, there's not a kriya for both of them to blend together, so we'll just do.
Oh, so
kriya
you
for
do
the
one
and
for
then-
each.
Right, and then we'll do some exercises in between.
And what kind of exercises? Is this giving the whole thing away? Is it okay?
No, that's fine. So I created a worksheet. It's called the Responsible Relationship Worksheet. So we're gonna go over that. So it's a 9-step process of creating responsibility. We talked about that at the beginning of the show.
Yes.
Creating responsibility in your life. So we go through that process.
So it's a worksheet that allows them to see where they can be responsible for themselves in relationships.
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, then the key is that relationship could be anything. Most people when they say relationships, they assume like a love or romantic, but it could be
anything.
It could be a relationship with your boss, with the IRS, or like any kind of relationship
With God.
Exactly.
Just
your
owning
dog.
up how you show up.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically.
Right. So basically, it's what you're attracting in your life that you're resisting. So that's what we focus on to help heal that and then create something different than that.
Awesome.
Yep.
So this is going to be at I Love Yoga Studio, and you're doing it on the 24th of October.
October 24th, yes.
And it's the
Florida Breast Cancer
Florida
Foundation.
Breast Cancer Foundation.
Wow.
Brilliant. Really is brilliant.
So we're raising the consciousness of men on the planet and
Yes.
saving some tatas along the way.
Wow, that's awesome.
Are
Eugene.
women allowed to come and join in and like maybe sit in the back and
cheer on?
cheer on?
Cheer on.
You know, like maybe like, because this sounds like something that I feel like a lot of people need to like
Yes.
do in their life. You know, because a lot of people are like, oh, the men. And I'm like, yeah, but you women too.
Well, maybe you.
Well, there's
you could
always
throw
stuff for
on-
women out there. There's always stuff for
That's
women
what I
out
was
there.
gonna
Yeah.
say.
There's
Like,
everywhere
That's
is
true.
there's
I
stuff
feel
for
like
women.
that there's been a few years now where the women's circles and all that goddess energy has been accumulating, and at some point I know we looked at each other and we said, I think it's about time we brought the men into this. You
Right.
think?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just, and it's part of why, it really meant a lot for me to have you on the show, because I want to highlight that, that there are things happening for men, and it's important. It's as important for men to heal, because we focused a lot on the women healing from the oppression and our pain bodies from the past. And, men have to deal with that too.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's all of us. And the healing has been happening for the goddess. And the goddess is rising, and it's important that she does. And it's also important that we empower our men, because as we're becoming empowered, they got to know how the heck to be with us.
Yeah.
So we don't scare them off, or, and there's that Shakti energy. It's some powerful stuff, and it's nothing to be afraid of. It's something to embrace. But, the teachers of today, like you, Eugene, it's important that we teach men who to be
Yeah.
with a goddess, and who to be with themselves and with God and all of it. So, wow, thanks for doing that.
You're welcome. Well, it's only a 3-hour workshop, so there's only so much we can cover.
Well, I think it is, and it's an opportunity to create a movement. You are a teacher of this new world, and you're inspiring men, and just you wearing that shirt has people say, well, what does that mean? I am Superman. And then the words sensitive, uplifting, powerful, enlightened, and respectful. You came up with that acronym?
Yep.
Come on. Really
Yeah.
great. Really great. Okay, good. And then you've got other stuff going on. So you have healingfreedom.org, yeah?
Yep.
So tell us about that.
So healingfreedom.org is a nonprofit organization I started teaching Kundalini yoga to veterans with PTSD. So as you know, I'm not sure if your listeners know, but Kundalini yoga is a really powerful yoga. It's considered the diamond of all yogas.
The diamond of all yogas?
Of all yoga, yeah.
Did you say yogurt?
I
Where are
think-
you from?
I think I said yogas.
Where's your accent from?
Originally from New York.
Oh my God,
no.
my dad, when I talk to him about you, he's like, how's that yogurt going? I'm like,
Does he say soda? Isn't that a southern thing though, to say like yogurt soda? No? It's New Yorkie?
I don't know.
I don't know. I know about the yogurt.
Say my name.
Zayna?
Okay.
No, see what? So it's the New Yorkers have it with the R. So I say idea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so what did you say? You said yogurt.
I think I said yogas, but
It sounded like yogurt to me.
It was
No,
yogurt.
like I had friends from Tennessee, and they would call me Zayna. All right, so but, I think some people may know about Kundalini yoga, and some people may not. So why do they call it the diamond of yogurt?
It cuts through the subconscious patterns the quickest.
Because it just really goes for it.
Right. I mean, the techniques and the what they're teaching, the pranayama, the kriyas are really powerful, and it cuts right through, helps break up the blocks in your subconscious the quickest compared to all the other yogas.
Is it like, what do you call them? A pressure cooker versus a crock pot?
It
just brings your stuff to the surface
Oh,
quicker.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't waste any time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And for somebody who's never done like yoga of any kind, is it a yoga that beginners can just take?
Sure.
Yeah.
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 I find it's pretty accessible.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because it's for all levels. So wherever you're at, I mean, you just like any yoga class, you do whatever you can do in the class. So if you can't do the posture, I mean, and the one good thing about the Kundalini yoga is you don't really have to be, super flexible. There's no, like super flexible postures that you have to get into.
Yeah.
It's more of a meditative. There's a lot of pranayama in it.
What's pranayama for those who don't know?
The breathing exercises. A lot of.
So it's really heavy on that, and that's brain. That's what gets into the DNA and changes those brain patterns. It really interrupts stuff.
Right. It helps bring up and clear the crap from.
Yoga to veterans.
Right. Yeah.
With PTSD.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's all veterans, but the Kundalini yoga really helps with PTSD. It's a really powerful. It works on balancing the glandular system, so that really helps balance out the body and the mind together.
So I'm curious to know what brought you to do this. Where did you come from? How did you get started with this?
Yeah. What's your story?
Yeah, what's your story?
What's my story? You want the long version or the short version?
You got about 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
I'm just kidding.
Once upon a time. This is the long story. So years and years ago, I took a course in hypnosis. And I live in a building where there's a security door and we have a billboard on the inside. And right after that class, I came down, there was a flyer on that billboard for a hypnosis organization in South Florida. I'm like, what are the chances of this? So I go to that. I meet the guy who put the flyer up there, right? So he plays tennis, I play tennis, and he lived down the block from me, so we started playing tennis together. We played tennis for years. Out of the blue, he says, you should take a yoga class. That Monday, I'm in a health food store, and there's a flyer on a billboard, free introductory class to Ashtanga yoga. Ashtanga yoga ever since, and I did Ashtanga yoga for years.
Really? You're an Ashtangi?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Ashtanga.
I used to drive down to South Beach every day.
To MLC?
To
Miami Life Center.
No.
It's Standard?
No, where Wayne Krasner.
Oh.
I forget what his studio was called. He's not there
I
anymore.
know who he is. Yeah, I don't know it too. Oh,
yeah,
wow, awesome.
23rd and Collins,
Were you a Mysore person?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
We should practice together sometimes.
Yeah, I haven't done I'm not in Ashtanga yoga shape.
Me either. I'm in Shakti dance shape. I'm in Vipassana shape.
I'm in Kundalini shape where you meditate and.
Yes, I get it. It's almost like they've been like the what do you call it? The Segway drugs,
Right.
It's like that's where I landed too. That's funny. Wow. Okay. So you got hooked on the Ashtanga yoga practice.
Right. And then I stopped for a while. I wasn't doing any yoga for a couple of years. And I kind of just tripped over Kundalini yoga. And
like you just walked into a class and took it? Because it's really loony when you walk into those Kundalini
It's kind of
classes.
something like that. And then with Kundalini yoga, the Kriyas are designed for an outcome. So the guy, he said, do this Kriya, for, I think it was 90 days. And after 20 days, I just couldn't believe, I could literally feel the difference.
What Kriya was it?
I don't remember what Kriya was.
We want to know.
I
know which one it was, but I don't know the name of it.
What
How
was
does it
it?
go?
What do you do?
And it was only 10 postures.
Oh, it was postures.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it was only 10 postures. I mean, I did it. I could do it in 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And
did you do it for 90 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I noticed a difference after 20 days, and it was just mind blowing to me because I did Ashtanga yoga every day for 6 or 7 years, and I never felt a shift like that within me from doing the Kundalini yoga.
Yeah. Wow. And then you started practicing, and then you did a yoga teacher training.
Then I did the teacher training. I said I need to know more of this. I need to learn. I need to learn this.
Wow. Do you do sadhana? Do you wake up at 3 a.m. and do the Aquarian sadhana?
No.
Well, we offer it at I Love Yoga once a week on Tuesdays at 4:30.
Yeah.
You should
Right.
check it out.
I mean, I've done it. I just, it's not.
Yeah, it's
not
something
in
you gotta
you.
kind of prepare yourself for. But
Right.
But there is something very special about doing the 90-day thing, or even 30 days of a Kriya, or anything when you commit to doing
and
something.
even doing it that hour of the day. I mean, it's power. I mean, the energy. I mean, you can really feel the energy, the difference at that hour. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I do a practice. I mean, I still have a daily practice that I do. I mean, I just don't do it at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah. Well, that's what sadhana is, right? It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't have to be at that
It's a daily
time.
practice.
It's a daily
right,
practice.
Right. I mean, I do mine. You know, sometimes 5:30, 6:00 in the morning, something like, you know. Sometimes you have to get up at 4 if I'm, you know, have a meeting for work or something I have to get to, but you know.
So what have you been seeing with the Kundalini yoga for people with PTSD? How is it helping them?
It's a great question.
Well, are you somebody who's dealt with PTSD?
I have not.
So why were you interested in doing this for veterans with PTSD?
Just looking to help people. I was getting my car oil changed, and I was in the waiting room, and they're playing a commercial of how many veterans, you know, have PTSD, and there's, you know, thousands, you know, committing suicide.
Oh
wow.
You know,
wow.
So like, you know, if I could do anything, you know, let me do that, you know, and work with them for that.
Wow.
Know?
That's amazing.
So,
and how can people support your organization right now? If people want to teach, if they want to be involved?
They can go to healingfreedom.org and buy a t-shirt.
Oh, great.
For sale there.
Yeah.
So they can do that.
And do you hire out teachers to go teach in places?
We're really just starting. So, I mean, it's only like a couple of months old.
Awesome. So people can just, you know, can reach out to you if they want to be part of it and go with it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If there's Kundalini teachers that would want to do that, and yoga studios that want to, you know, have this there. So, you know, I want to make it free for the veterans and their families, you know, at the yoga studio. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. And then you have consciousnessoncommand.com. That is your personal website. So you offer coaching?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And relationship worksheet. You know, I do it off of there. One of the steps on there, you know, once people go through the steps, is real critical if you want to create change. You know, you're taking action. You know, what action are you going to do now? You know, so then you can see the next result, right? So it's action and results. So you know, the old saying, you know, the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, you know, expecting to get something different, right? So through the worksheet, there's a healing process in there, which is Yogi Bhajan's 10 steps to peace. It's part of the worksheet.
Is it 10 steps to peace?
Mm-hmm.
What are they? Can you name them? You didn't know I would test you.
No.
So, but what's the main thing about them?
Well, it has to do with the eye movement. So you're reliving. You know, you're going through the scenario that you want to create change in. So
like some traumatic event that you had?
It could be that, or it could be, you know, it could be what you make up about, you know, not playing the music on.
Yes.
So you're creating healing there, and it's just with your eye movement. You know, you're going through that different, you know, you're going through that as, you know, as you, and then you kind of do it again as a third person. So there's just different, you know, scenarios that you go through with the eye movement.
You guide people through this?
Yeah. When I work with them, I can. So the worksheet is really designed that they could do it on their own.
Oh, wow.
At some point, you know. So the 10 steps of peace are on the back. So then, you know, it guides you through it. You know, walks you how to do it.
So, people who come to you generally, they're looking for what kind of work do they do, or do they want done?
Oh, it's all
all kinds.
Yeah.
But is it mainly relationship based?
It's that. It's some financial.
Okay.
You know.
And also,
so that's another thing you could do with the worksheet. It's your relationship with money.
Oh,
right. So it's really responsible relationship worksheet.
Ooh.
So you can get into your relationship with money, and you can heal that, and then create a shift to that to create more abundance and prosperity in your life.
Wow. Where do we start? What's the first step? Where do people start?
Oh, do you want? I mean, I brought one with me. I don't know if you want to do it or not.
Sure.
Why not?
Why not? Why not? Yeah.
So this is the worksheet.
So should we pick an area?
So the first one is I'll read the first one, so then you give me time to think. Let's pick up an area.
Okay.
Not to put you on the spot.
Okay, let's do it. I am on the spot. This is the Z Nation show,
right?
What am I? What am I attracting that I'm resistant to? This is the undesired belief.
Do you want to do this?
Within
Sure.
Okay, let's do it. I love it.
All right.
Okay,
So
what
was the first question again?
What are you attracting that you're resisting?
What am I attracting that I'm resisting? I guess love, in a way. In some type of way. I do, like, step away from that. Like, I'll find excuses, or I like avoid certain things,
Okay.
So
I would just put it like you're attracting like a certain kind of person,
yeah.
and you're resisting that kind of person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to be real specific on what kind of person that would be. So that would go, in this line 1 here for that.
Okay, so what am I attracting? I'm attracting people who are still stuck on people that don't really want to be with them. You know what I mean? Like,
so commitment issues, maybe they're not committed. They're not committed,
or just like people who I'm in this like road of self-love, and so I'm noticing that the guys that I'm attracting, like, they're kind of like on that same road, but not where I'm at.
Maybe emotionally unavailable.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Okay. Cool. So
thank you.
I got you.
I'm sorry.
I got you.
Alrighty. So step 2 is, what am I making up? So what are you making up about this? What is your interpretation from responsibility? What are you making up about you that you're attracting this into your life?
Okay, what I'm making up is that, that there's some I guess like in a way I'm like, oh well, just because they're like that is okay, kind of thinking like they're gonna change, or like wanting to help them, or
Keep looking, because I think he wants to know about you, because you make up something about yourself.
Well, you touched on a little bit there, like wanting to help them. So like dig deeper there in that about you, something you feel about you that you feel you need to help others or fix others or something along those lines.
I guess maybe like a distraction. Maybe like I keep keeping them around for like that, like not being able to deal with stagnation.
Okay.
And I feel like that also happens in relationships. You kind of reach those moments, and so it's just like not knowing how to deal with that, and it shows up in life, even if you're not in a relationship. So,
right.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not good with being on the spot.
No, that's okay.
You're doing really great.
Yeah, you are. You're doing great. All right, so part 3 is payoffs. So what are you getting out of this? How is this your success strategy in life?
So what am I gaining from still being in these type of relationships?
Right. You're getting something out of it, which is why you're doing it.
Well, I mean, I guess like every time I'm with these people, like I always find out more about myself. But it's like I'm done finding out about myself in like these painful ways.
Right.
I'm like a blues song. Like that's me. And I love it. I love the Etta James. I love that. But it's like I don't want to always have to come from that. And it's just like, I guess like the mystery. And I kind of wrote about that, like the mystery and the drama. But I'm like at a point where it's like I don't want that anymore. So like how does that look like? Like how does the scenario look like now? So just releasing that scenario, because it just brings heartache and drama and like
Clear.
Perfect. So that leads up to the next step, which is the prices you're paying. So from doing all of this, it's costing you something in your life. So those are the prices. What is it costing you?
From continuing.
And how is it? It's costing you something, and it's holding you back from getting the life you desire.
The cost is that like not maybe leaving room for someone that wants those things, those real things that I want, and also like I always say, like each relationship you get, they kind of like put something on you, and so it's just like it creates almost like this way of thinking. And so I feel like with every relationship, if you keep calling that same energy, then it's just like it starts to wear you down, and so you start to have these
because
thinking
you're playing that same pattern over and over again. It's
Yes.
Same song, different verse, a little bit louder, a little bit
Yeah.
worse. You know.
Oh, I think like ultimately like that wearing down, like the ultimate cost is I think is like life, like aliveness. Like that wear down, that continual wear down, it just like takes life away.
Yeah.
Well, and you see, and that's where people will settle in life. You know, that's where that comes from, because they don't have the vitality to get through that again, and they're like, just F it, you know.
Yeah,
and I'll just stay here in a relationship because they don't have that vitality to break through that.
Yes. Hence why it's really great to have a life coach.
Yep.
Yeah.
It really is, because it's like an athlete that's in like they're stuck in something and you need that extra push, and a life coach just really stands for you. It stands for your greatness and does not stand for your excuses and your
right.
Yeah.
So the next part, we come up to the 10 steps of peace created by Yogi Bhajan. So now, if you're doing this you're playing along at home, don't do this while you're driving or operating heavy equipment.
Okay.
So you can eventually do this on your own. So I'll walk you through it. So the mantra you're going to be saying is Wahe Guru. Okay.
Okay.
So as you say Wa, you're going to focus on your right. Your eyes you're going to go to the right. You're going to look to the right.
Wow.
And then as you say Hey, you're going to look to the left.
Hey.
And then Guru, you're going to look down to your nose.
Guru.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
Hey,
So this has to do with the eye movement. Like when you do REM sleep, how it helps clear your subconscious.
How long do you do this for?
Well, there's only 10 steps. I mean, you could do more than that.
Oh, well, I'm not going to have you go through all 10 steps
Oh,
because
that's
of
fine.
time, but that's
Yeah.
amazing. So this is a Kriya, pretty much, that Yogi Bhajan gave.
Yeah.
And what does it do? It resets that pattern?
Exactly. Helps heal that and clear that out.
Wow. Okay.
So then from there, I don't know if
Yeah.
you want to go through the rest. Or
Yeah, well, just briefly go through the rest so we can kind of
So
get
then,
an idea.
so the first part, basically, you're setting up what's the old pattern and healing
Yes.
it. And now the second half of this is, creating. Now you got the space. You're creating, and what do you want to create in your life?
So the
So
scenario.
it's coming to being able to accept what did you learn about you from number one. Okay, you can't change what number one was, what happened to you, but you can accept that and learn your lessons from that.
So for her, it would be like accepting that she's been in these relationships and whatever's come out of them.
Yeah, you learn something from there. I mean,
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
so up here, number two, I have here, we create experiences for our own spiritual growth. So you created something there for you to grow.
Oh yeah, I was very conscious. I'm like, I don't know, this is probably not gonna work out, but I know it's somewhere in my heart I'm gonna learn something. So it's like I never put that excuse like, oh, they hurt me. I'm like, no, you allow it to a certain degree. You do
Right.
allow certain things.
Right.
And that's the wisdom of this work, when you get present to the cost and
yeah.
to the payoff.
Right.
It creates that space, like you said, like there's space now to create something else.
Right, exactly. So the last step I just want to go over real quick is
Yeah.
I coined this word, questformation.
Ah,
So it's similar to an affirmation, but the universe is always answering questions. So questformation is questioning your vision into reality. So what you want to create, if you want to create a relationship, whatever relationship you want to create, you're going to say, why am I? So the questformation will start with, why am I? So why am I in a beautiful, loving, committed relationship? And then you go into as much detail as you want in there. So then your mind will work towards finding that for you, because the universe
Wow.
is always answering questions.
Yeah,
Wow.
whatever you think expands, whatever you say expands.
so
start.
instead of saying it,
So if you would say like an
affirmation.
affirmation, so affirmations work. You just need to do them a lot, and so the affirmation would be, I'm in a beautiful, loving relationship. There's going to be a part of your mind, if you're not, that will resist that.
Yeah.
And as soon as that happens, the affirmation doesn't work. As soon as that happens, the
so you
affirmation
put
doesn't
it
work.
in the form of a question.
Right. So then, if you could try this, you could just try this, right? So one would be, I am rich, and just see how you feel when that happens. So if you're not rich, or it could be, I am healthy.
So it'd be like,
Right.
why am I rich?
Why am I rich? Why am I healthy?
I have some cards like that ask questions like that.
Why am I happy, healthy, and holy? Wow.
So now your mind will look for all those things, right? It's like, why am I broke? And your car breaks down. So it just showed you why.
it stays focused on that.
Right.
Wow, Metaphysics 1-on-1, what we focus on expands. Check out consciousnesoncommand.com. Thank you so much, Eugene Fritz, certified Kundalini yoga teacher, brilliant, genius, light worker, for sharing and really being somebody in the world that's making a difference and that really cares about people.
You're very welcome. I'm glad to be here. Glad you had me. Cool.
Yes.
Thanks for the rap, too.
You're welcome. So wherever you are, if you have, if you're able to sit up and close your eyes, let's take a moment together. Let's share a breath. Let's inspire one another. To inspire is to breathe life into one's body, to breathe God into your life, into your vessel. Inspire yourself with your breath today. We thank you. We honor you. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. You should know that we know that you are thebomb.com. We love you and we appreciate everything you're doing out in the world. Keep it up, team. We're in it together. Peace.